Hey everybody, Dan Shepis here, and I just got a new disc resurfacing machine. It's actually an upgrade, and I wanted to show you the functionality of it. I wanted to explain kind of how to get it set up. It's pretty easy, and I want to show you how to actually make money selling discs that you can resurface for people. Generally, and just kind of the rule of thumb is you can get between $3 and $5 per disc. So, and it doesn't cost nearly that much per disc to actually perform the resurface. So it's a pretty good money-making machine. Let me explain it. I'll turn it around here for you. Okay, so this is the Elm Eco-Smart. This is not the Elm Auto-Smart. The Auto-Smart is fully automated. This is more of a manual process, but this also is significantly more affordable and still comes out with a great finish for discs. So in my last video about resurfacing, I had this. This is the Elm Eco Pro 2. This is great for low to mid-range scratches, but it will not sand deep scratches. So most discs, we'll say like 85 to 90%. This is a great machine. I highly recommend it. But this bad boy, this can go up to 5 different stages of essentially grinding the disc down and getting all the way to that deep scratch. Well, what did I pick today to show you guys? So this is Spec Ops for PlayStation 1. Anybody that knows PlayStation 1 discs knows they have black backs. If you run this through this Elm Eco Pro 2, you still will see the scratches very lightly, but they're noticeable. Let's see with this machine how good we can make this look. Now, let me get it out of here so I can show you how nasty this disc actually is. So it looks like it was like a hand resurfacer they went through. It's pretty ugly, right? Okay. So what's the first thing we do here to get this started, right? So let's turn it on first. And this is going to automatically open. Now, I told you I'd explain a little bit about the machine itself, so let me go there before we get right into the disc resurfacing. Up top here, you have 1 through 5, right? That is the stage that you are currently grinding the disc down. So for example, stage 5 is a blue pad, right? So if you put a blue pad right in here, and keep in mind, this is magnetic, and we'll go over the functionality and how this actually functions here. But they're magnetic, just pop on here. So let's say it was a really scratched disc. We'd want to go for the blue pad, which is stage 5, and basically you take this off, right? You put the blue one on, and then that's where you start. Now, what do you mean not where you start? So you'd go through 5, right? Well, first of all, you'd switch the pad, put the game in, close it, hit 5, let 5 go through its cycle, and then you'd have to go all the way down to 4, 3, 2, and 1. Is it a process? Yes. Is it worth it? Also, yes. So let's just go through this because this disc is nasty. So we're going to start all the way at 5. So 5 is our blue pad. And I'm going to keep this down here. So as you can see, right down there, it just magnetically clips right to here, right? And if you kind of lift this, if I can get this up, so you can maybe see this. So you can see it's blue to blue, okay? And you actually, this is the side that is against the discs. So I kind of confused me for a second, but then I was like, okay, that makes sense. So now all we do, because this is a stage 5 pad. So this is for the deepest scratches that a disc can have. And as you remember, our Spec Ops is pretty nasty. So let's clip this right here. And it'll kind of, you'll know when it's seated. There you go. Just kind of clicks in there, right? It's magnetic. We're going to take this super ugly, and I'm not going to show you through each stage. I'm just going to I'm going to go to stage 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to show you the result at the end. All right. So stage 5, let's put this bad boy up. We're going to go hit 5. So what this is going to do is ahead about 35 seconds if you'd like, if you want to just go and see what the result before we go to stage 4. But what it's doing right now is it's grinding the most deep scratches or grooves or whatever in that disc. So again, this is a 30-second process. It's slightly different per color, or per stage, I should say. But it's, again, the result at the end is satisfying. For a machine that's as good as the Eco-Smart, which is a $7,000 machine, it's pretty dang good. You know, especially for scratches that no other machines except like $20,000 machines can get out. So, all right, let's. Now we are done with stage 5. So now what do? We take this off, just pull right off like that. And now we're gonna put a stage 4 pad on, which is the red one. And again, if you pull this up, which I'm not, you'll see it's red to red. So we'll get here, clip it. Okay, as you can see, it does that. We're gonna go right up again. This time we're gonna go 4. So now, and I'm gonna mess it. I don't really route this real well, but basically the one side, this is your drainage line, and pretty much any excess fluid goes out there instead of staying in your machine. It has to function, by the way, because it'll stay in your machine and then you'll end up breaking your machine. So don't do that. Ensure it's adequately drained. And I guess I'll show you another. The other water line, and there's a little stone at the end of this. I'm not going to move it now because it's in operation, but this is distilled water. And when you, before you ever run this, you're going to mix, let me get it for you right here, solution D for the Eco-Smart. It was 15 milligrams. I put it in there and I mixed it up real well. That's just for the best results per the manual. So that's what you need to do for that. Now, but as far as setup, besides that, that's mainly all you have to do. So, all right, again, this was red, which is stage 4. We're not going to see the disc yet, so we're going to take off our stage 4 pad. And we're going to put on our green one, which is our stage 3. Again, this is green on green if you pulled this up. But again, we're going to just go through this. And you'll see it'll just magnetically click there. And now we're going to go on 3 because that's what stage green is. So 3. So ST is stage. Time is the amount of seconds for 3. As you see, stage 3 actually is a little bit longer. It's 40 seconds. So until the time starts going down, it's not actually started the official stage yet, but there you go. Again, is this a lengthy process? Fairly lengthy. I would only really recommend this for your really hard to get out scratch discs. Like if you have a setup like me and you have a mid-range machine and you have a high-end machine, the mid-range machine can do most of your legwork, right? But the high-end machine can do those really, like maybe those GameCube games you can't get to work, or the high-end games that you want to look beautiful. That's what this machine is for. You know, I mean, realistically, they can be for both. Can I run the same amount of discs on both? Absolutely. Will it take longer on the Eco-Smart? Yes. But it's, again, in my opinion, it's worth it. It just depends, you know, how much money do you want to make, right? Do you, like, if you advertise yourself well, you know, you learn how to use this Eco-Smart really well, you'll make a ton of money. Because, first of all, there are so many broken discs all around the world, you know, and broken, I mean scratched to hell, and they don't work, and they could easily be fixed with this machine. So, absolutely consider picking it up. Okay, so this was our stage 3. We're more than halfway there, so let's now go to stage 2. And stage 2 is our yellow pad, right? Again, magnetically clicks on there. We're going to just get right into it. And now this is going to be 2. So, and the only difference here, as an FYI, so, pardon me, I'm trying to move this drainage pipe so it don't get stuck in the machine. So, with stage 1, which is going to be our next and final stage, it's with the black pad, and it's the only one that doesn't match, and I'll show you that here after this stage is complete. But the last stage is actually 2 stages into 1. What do I mean by that? The first stage is 15 seconds. And in that 15 seconds, it does that final kind of polishing. Then you actually manually put compound on the 12 o'clock location on the disc. You put a little dot of compound. Then you just close it and you don't hit anything. And then it'll just finish it for you. And again, this machine is amazing for discs that people can't get to work, because I guarantee there will be discs that you resurface in here that you'll be amazed. You'll be like, wow, they came out beautiful and they work. So, all right, let's turn around. Now we are done stage 2. We're nearing the end here. So we'll get off the yellow disc. That probably didn't sound right. We now have the black pad with technically the gray disc, white disc, I don't know. But this is our final, this is our stage 1. So we're gonna try this right now. Stage 1. So if you remembered me a couple seconds ago, or if you didn't, I'll repeat. This is only 15 seconds, and this is just kind of the final polish with these pads, or with this specific pad. And I'm going to manually apply compound as soon as this is done, and I'll show you what compound it is here. It's actually just about done. So this is the compound that is from Elm USA, and it's used in pretty much all their machines, I believe. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, now as you saw, this automatically opened. Now we're at stage 1 point, well, stage 0.5, I guess, would be more appropriate. We're going to go right to the 12 o'clock line on here. So think of a clock. I'm just going to put a little dab. Perfect. So now we're going to close it. We're not going to touch anything this time. This is our final, because I haven't done a PlayStation 1 disc that was this nasty yet. So we're going to see together how great this turns out. And guys, again, this is a great revenue stream if you start doing this for people. You know how many discs do not work because kids threw them around, maybe adults threw them around, who knows, whatever. But there's a ton of scratch discs and ones that don't currently read that can be fixed by this machine. And either A, you get them super cheap and then you can sell them for retail, so that's a way to make money. Or B, you can just fix them in general for people and charge between $3 and $5 per disc. Guess what? Stage 1 is now complete. So you remember how nasty that was, right? Look at that disc. So if that's not impressive, I'm going to try to lift it another way here so you can see the other side. So look at that. It is flawless. That is my kind of demonstration slash, features of the Elm Eco-Smart. I'm very impressed by this machine. And if you want to know how much I paid for it, so there was a guy on eBay. He actually used it. And I'm going to give him a little plug because his customer service was stellar. He just lists himself as L Torres. It's Luis Torres. He's on eBay. He sells these machines, I believe, for $27.50 your best offer. I got it, okay, and he didn't offer me any kind of special discount, mind you. I paid, I want to say $17.25. $17.25, and then the taxes that were through my state. I think it was $18.65 total. But that is for a top-tier machine that just does an amazing job with even the most scratched games that I've seen. So if you've reached this far, I appreciate you watching. I'll try to get more videos like this. I know a large portion of my audience likes this kind of stuff. So thank you again for watching. If you enjoyed my content, as always, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing, and I will be motivated to continue making videos. Thank you very much and have a great night. Bye-bye.